Hey guys, so I'm just driving on the way to my casino. On the way to the casino. So the plan is that the next 10 times I go to play live poker, I'm gonna do a poker vlog and kind of talk about what's on my mind as I drive to work. So, so I've been playing poker full time for the past 12 years, and but 5 months ago actually I started Ubering on the side to make some extra money, and it's been kind of nice. I'm enjoying it. So since I've started Ubering, what I've been doing is I've been playing online poker in the morning. I'll usually play online poker around like 3-4 hours, and I'll be doing a little bit Uber at night, maybe 3 hours at night to kind of blow off some steam. And it's been pretty nice. I mean, it actually works well right now because I have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So to pretty much just grind online while the kids are at daycare, and then do a little Uber at night after the kids get home and they're with their mother. I don't know, it seems to just be really well. So for Ubering, I'm driving a pretty awesome car I love a lot. It's a Lincoln Continental. And what happened was I had a Cadillac ATS, which I really love, but it was a small compact sedan, good for racing and stuff like that. A real light car. But I wanted a full-size sedan in general, so I was looking, because with 2 kids and everything, and it's too small to my old Cadillac was too small to have everyone in it. So I wanted a full-size sedan. I was looking, I really love Cadillacs, so I was looking, I found a 2007 Cadillac DTS, and I thought it was pretty awesome, but I guess everyone was kind of convinced me it was too old, and I guess it makes sense, if you want to have a car for 20 years, it doesn't really make sense to buy a car that's already 17 years old, right? So then I was looking at other Cadillacs. I was looking at Cadillac XTS. I found a Cadillac 2018 XTS, but I just didn't really like the color because it was black on the outside, but the interior was kind of an ugly brown, I thought, so I didn't want it. And then I was pretty much just looking for months to try and find the right car to get. I essentially narrowed it down to pretty much either Cadillac CT6, Cadillac XTS, a Lincoln Continental, or Chrysler 300. And I went with the Continental because, well, first of all, it's awesome, and then it's full-size sedan, but also it's think of it this way. So when I was driving, when I was test driving cars, I remember at one point I test drove a BMW, I think it was a 230i, and the way the car was set up, kind of everything in it made you kind of just encouraged you to drive fast, felt like a racing car, just the way it was made. It kind of just felt the need to drive fast when you're in it. So with this Lincoln Continental, it's kind of the exact opposite. It's everything in the car just kind of encourages you to drive slow. It's has a really kind of relaxing vibe. It's really comfortable, really roomy. Also, the car is really heavy, which is interesting because the car weighs 4,300 pounds, and most cars weigh around 3,000 to 3,500 pounds or something. And so it's really noticeable how heavy it is, and you have to kind of drive it carefully. I was thinking my last car was Cadillac ATS, so a small, light Cadillac. You can pretty much stop on a dime, right? It was awesome to race around in. Whereas this is kind of the opposite. You have to slow down every time you're about to stop. But at the same time, it's so much fun to drive. And I was kind of thinking, at least the metaphor that made sense to me is I thought about shaving with a straight razor, right? So whatever. Nowadays, most people just, you shave with whatever, a Gillette, whatever, Fusion, Mach 3, whatever, right? And it's really easy. Just do your thing, shave, and if you cut yourself, it's a small cut, whatever. You don't have to worry too much. But if you ever try shaving with a straight razor, you have to shave really carefully. But it does get the bust cut, right? If you go to a barber and ask for a shave, they use a straight razor. So I kind of think of it, it's driving this car. It's so big, it's so heavy. It drives really smooth, but you have to drive it real careful, because you can't just race around and do whatever you want. You really have to kind of be in control. And yeah, it definitely takes some getting used to, but once you get good at driving it, it's I find it just so much fun. Also it does do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, which is very fast. But I got this car in January, and so it's still on winter tires. So I haven't tried out the the 0 to 60 acceleration just yet. But when I get my summer tires on it, yeah, I'll definitely at some point go check that out. So right now my plan for live, because I haven't played live in 5 months actually. I used to play a lot more live, and then I had some tilting sessions where I was going to take a break, and then I was running good online. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna focus online. And then I was just like in that habit of doing, you know, online in the morning, Uber at night, and everything seemed to be working. But so now I'm just getting back to live. And my plan is to just go 10 Fridays in a row. But I mean, I want the next 10 times I go to be on Friday. So I don't know if I'm going this Friday. I mean, I don't know which Fridays I'll be busy or not in terms of just like family things and stuff like that. But I would like the next 10 times I play live to be on a Friday. Because, I mean, I usually find that's the best day. And then, you know, Saturday and Sundays are great too, but often I'm busy with the wife and kids on Saturday and Sundays. So I guess a few things about live poker. Actually, I thought of one thing. I mean, I don't really, there's not like so much that I want to talk about when it comes to poker, but like it's more, vlogs more just kind of just talk about like, you know, what I'm thinking and what my like feelings are and everything. But, right, kind of like a video journal or something. But I thought of an interesting idea to kind of try and explain poker in terms of variance. So one of the things I realized with poker is people really don't understand variance. And even myself, I think if I'd explained variance to myself 20 years ago, because I started playing poker when I was 15, but I'm playing full-time for 12. But if I explained my variance to myself 20 years ago, I think this would be a good metaphor to use, because it really is kind of crazier than you think. So my younger brother, he plays online full-time. So he plays all the way up to like 25-50 online, strictly PLO. So play 25-50 PLO. And so when he's playing 25-50 PLO though, he's buying in with 40 blinds. So that's like pretty standard. Everyone buys in like 2K. So it becomes pretty high variance because you only have 40 blinds. So once you get to 3 betting, you're forced to go all in on lots of flops, right? Or pre-flop as well. And at one point he was running really bad. And he kind of just thought to himself like, man, how's this possible? I'm running so bad. So he did. He went and did some simulations with coin flips, right? So he did like online simulations with coin flips, and he would do 1,000 flips at a time. And one of the things he noticed was that it was for the odds after 1,000 flips, the odds for it to come heads 500 times and tails 500 times was actually very unlikely. What was a lot more likely was that it would come something like heads 540 times and tails 460 times, right? It was usually like a plus or minus difference of around 80. But so it's really crazy to think about, because if you have, let's say you have 2 professional poker players, and over time they've each been involved in 1,000 flips. One poker player might have won 80 more flips than the other. And right, he's plus 80 in flips, whereas the other is negative 80 in flips. So it's kind of crazy to think how much variance that is in terms of like standard deviations. And if you think about it, not only is one guy plus 80 in flips and the other guy's negative 80 in flips, the guy who's plus 80 in flips is probably playing way better because he's more confident, he's running hot, he's up a lot of money, his opponents are tilted versus him, whereas the guy who's negative 80 in flips now has to deal with opponents who are running hot, up money, he has to have tilt control for himself. I mean, ideally he doesn't want tilting too much, but obviously anyone who's going plus 80 in flips is going to play better than the person who's going negative 80 in flips. So it is just kind of an interesting thing to think about when it comes to variance and how much that's going to impact not only your short-term luck, but also your long-term luck. I mean, you could run good for 5 years versus you can run bad for 5 years, right? So it was kind of interesting to think about. I mean, for this vlog, for my channel, right now I'm at 120 something, around 120 subscribers. And I know if I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I get to start making some money off my YouTube channel. And I mean, my main goal, yes, the reason to do this vlog is like, main goal is to make money, but I like the idea of like expressing myself too, and maybe, doing some video journal will kind of, be nice or whatever. But my main goal right now, like just in life, is just to have a lot of kids. So right now I have 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I just find it so awesome. And I would just really like to keep having more. I come from a family of 4 kids, so my kind of goal is to have at least 5 kids so I can, essentially make fun of my father that, hey, I have more kids than you. And I was kind of thinking too, I guess like as a man or something, you kind of understand there's like things that like boost your ego, or there's things that make you kind of feel big and macho. So I was trying to think of a few examples, right? So let's say you go and you pick up a girl, you probably feel like pretty macho after that, right? If you go and you make a lot of money, you probably feel like pretty, manly and everything. Another one I thought was like, if you're at the gym and you lift a lot of weight, you probably feel pretty manly. Or if you, drive a sports car really fast, like something like that. But there's nothing, in my opinion, that can compare to like having kids. Like when you have a kid, it just like makes you feel like the ultimate man. Like I can't think of something that's like more, to me, I can't think of something that's more manly than just like having a ton of kids. like, I feel like the ultimate dream would be, you know, to like say pull up in like some big Cadillac Escalade or something and have like, you know, your beautiful wife and like 6 kids get out of the car and just being like, yeah, like I'm the man, like look at that. So that really is the goal right now. I mean, I have 2 kids so far, and yeah, 3 and 1, so hopefully we'll have another one soon. And what am I saying? I don't know, I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to make money. I mean, I'm making money in poker, making money Uber. I mean, obviously kids are expensive. Hopefully this YouTube channel can get some kind of, you know, get a bunch of subscribers so I can make some money off that too. Trying to think what else I can talk about as I wrap this up. I'm getting pretty close to the casino. I don't know, I guess overall poker's been a pretty good time. I'm loving driving this car right now, by the way. So, oh yeah, another thing with this Lincoln Continental is like, so I really wanted a Cadillac DTS, but like I said, I was too old. But whenever I see them, I'd get like pretty jealous. I mean, you know, they've been discontinued, and I always kind of wish I was driving one of those. But I was thinking, I mean, this car had also got discontinued, so I'm driving the last model. It's the 2020 Lincoln Continental. And to me, it kind of feels like a modern classic. And I'm thinking like, you know, maybe one day, 20 years from now, hopefully I'll still be driving this car. And, you know, there'll be some kid who, let's say he's 35 and he's really into American cars. I'm sure he'll be really jealous, being like, oh, I wish I could be driving a, you know, a 2020 Lincoln Continental. And I'm kind of hoping, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to bring it back at some point, but I like knowing that I'm driving the last model before it got discontinued. So hopefully they don't bring it back anytime soon so I can have the last model. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Anything else real quick to talk about right now? Let me think. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to go play some poker at Montreal Casino. It's going to be 2-5 with a 1K buy-in, and then sometimes they'll have 5-10 with a 2K buy-in, but most likely it'll just be 2-5 with a 1K, which is a lot of fun. But, you know, to me, I mean, when I was younger, I used to go to Vegas, and I was pretty regular in the 10-20 game, which was an uncapped buy-in. And to me, that's like the best form of poker is when the buy-in's uncapped. And it is kind of, I guess, frustrating to play in a game where there's a cap on the buy-in because, you know, if you see, you know, some fishy player get up to 5K, you wish you could cover him, and you can't. You have to, like, you know, run your stack up too, which can be tough. And even when I was playing the 10-20 in Vegas, you know, I was usually buying for 8K, but it was just kind of cool to be in a game where it was uncapped. You know, sometimes you see some good pro have 100K and a fish would have 100K, and it would just kind of be interesting to be at that table and just the excitement of it all. And so, yeah, I definitely do miss, you know, playing the high stakes in Vegas where it's uncapped. And, you know, I guess when you play in Montreal, I do feel kind of limited, but I feel like my main goal, especially like I've noticed when I'm in Vegas, I'm always just so happy to be there, and I feel like it makes me play better. So I feel like when I'm in Montreal, I really gotta just, you know, have that attitude of, okay, I'm gonna be happy to be here, and just like, you know, not be upset that it's a 1K max or that I can't, you know, add on my stack if a fish gets a ton of mines, and just whatever, relax, enjoy myself, have a good time. But anyways, so my goal is to make 10 poker vlogs for the next 10 Fridays that I grind live. So hopefully that'll be, figure it'll take me, you know, maybe 3 months to play 10 Fridays in a row. And yeah, that's all. I'm just getting near the casino garage here. But anyways, that's all for now, guys. Hope everything's going well. And all right, hope to run hot. Oh, I'll let you guys know in the comments how I do the session. So I'll put, hopefully I do well, you know. Gonna try and play like 8 hours or something. So anyways, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.